welcome back to my channel, lovelies. I am very shocked on how well this channel is doing so far, and I'm really excited to keep uploading and get things rolling with this pattern, which is coming along quite nice. So yeah, we are going to jump onto row 26 and we'll see how far we can get. So on the last row we ended with 26 pink stitches. So now for row 26 we are going to do 42 pink stitches, and then I will meet you at the black bobbin. Okay, so as you were doing your 42 stitches, you would have realized that you were going to be going over the white stitch, which is completely right. So now that we're at our black bobbin here, we're going to do one black bobbin. Sorry, all my bobbins seem to be messed up. Like I've said before, do not let this happen to you. Keep your bobbins nice and tight to your project there, and this won't happen to you. Okay. So let's do one black bobbin. So finishing that pink stitch with the black, yarn over, under that hoop, and into the black stitch here. Okay, so now we're going to go on to purple, and we're going to do 2 stitches of purple. So finishing that black stitch, yarn over, under the purple hoop, into the first purple stitch. That's 1 and 2. And clip purple away. Then we're going to do 2 black. So pick up that loop into the first black stitch, and then pick up that white bobbin, or sorry, that pink bobbin, and go into the first pink stitch, but don't finish. Okay, so that's 2 black stitches. And now we're going to do 1 pink, put that bobbin closer to my project. There we go. So now we're going to pick up the black. Okay. So now we're going to do 1 black. Under that loop and into the black stitch here, bringing it up, and then yellow, we're going to do 5 yellow stitches. Yarn over, bring up that loop, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to do 2 black, so finishing that pink stitch, or the yellow stitch, under the loop, into the black stitch, that's 1, yarn over, picking up the pink bobbin, going into the first pink stitch, and that's 2 black, and then we're going to finish with 74 pink. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I will meet you on the other side. Okay, so I'm almost done with row 26, and I just wanted to show you that I just added a new bobbin, and I wanted to show you, instead of leaving these tails to hang, I'm actually going to work right over top of them and bring them to the end of the project, because if you have them at the end of the project, then when you go and do your border, you can actually work over them, so they're worked over in the project and on the border, and you don't have to weave them in. It kind of saves you some time. So I just usually work them all the way over so I don't have to deal with them. They're not in my way. Into those two last ones. So yeah, now they're at the end of the project, nice and clean, out of my way. Isn't that nice? Okay, so yeah, we're gonna go over to row 27, and you're gonna do 73 pink stitches. So yeah, I'll just do the 73 stitches, and then I will meet you at the black bobbin. So I just wanted to come back here and show you how many bobbins that I actually make for when I do a project. So I have this big bag, and I actually fill it with all these bobbins. So I'm ready to do the project, and I actually had to make all these bobbins before recording today. So all these bobbins. I have blue in there because I'm also making a blue unicorn blanket for a customer that has asked. So yeah, just wanted to show you how many bobbins that I actually make for a project, in case you guys were wondering, and maybe this might help you, give you an idea on, how many bobbins to make up for your project. Okay, so now we're going to go on to row 27. So I did the 73 pink stitches, so now we're going to do 2 black, make sure your pink bobbin is out of the way before you do that. Here we go. Okay, so you should have 1 pink stitch remaining. So we're going to finish that pink stitch with the black, yarn over, go under the loop into that pink stitch. So that's 1 black, yarn over, pick up that loop again, and go into the second black stitch there. So that's 2 black stitches. Now we're going to do 6 yellow. So you should have a black stitch remaining. So under the yellow into the black stitch. So that's 1. Go under that loop again. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So now with the black, we're going to do 1 black stitch, so yarn over under the loop and into that black stitch. And then we're going to do 1 pink, don't finish that pink stitch, and then you can pick up the black one, And we're going to do one black stitch, yarn over, under the loop, into the first black stitch, and then picking up purple, we're going to do 3, so you should have one black stitch remaining. So finish the black stitch, yarn over, under, and into that black stitch there. So that's 1. Yarn over, bring over that loop. That's 2 and 3. Now one black, and then we're going to do 42 pink stitches. So under that loop, so that's 1, 2, 3, and then continue doing 42 pink stitches, and I'll see you at row 28. Okay, so row 28, we're going to start with 42 pink stitches, and I'll see you at the black bobbin. Okay, so 42 pink stitches are done. We're going to do one black stitch, and don't finish. Then we're going to grab our purple. We're going to do 3 purple, under the loop, 1, 2, 3, then we're going to do 4 black stitches. So we are going to be working over the pink, so you can actually go ahead and cut that pink one off. Okay, so we're going to be doing 4 black. So 1, 2, 3. Again, you can cut off this black bobbin here, we don't need him anymore. Okay, so 3, picking up that yellow bobbin, and 4. So now we're going to do 6 yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, picking up that black bobbin into the first black stitch, and there's 6. So now we're going to do 2 black, so 1, and picking up the pink bobbin, 2. So now we're going to do 72 pink stitches, and I will see you on the other side. Okay, so now we're on to row 29, and we're going to do 71 stitches, and I'll see you at the black bobbin. Alright, so you guys should have 1 pink stitch remaining, and we're going to do 2 black stitches. So under the loop, into the pink stitch, 1, pick out that loop, and 2. So now we're going to do 7 stitches, so you should have a black stitch remaining. We're going to work into that with the yellow. Under, 1, under, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now we're going to do 3 black, yarn over, under the loop, 1, 2, 3, should have a black stitch remaining. We're going to work 3 purple, so 1, I'm going to bring that loop back over one more time, 2, and 3. And now we're going to do 2 black. So you should have a purple stitch remaining, under, in, and finish. So that's 1. I'm going to go under the loop again and go into that black stitch, and that's 2. So now we're going to do 42 pink stitches, and then when you get to row 30, you're going to do 43. So 42, chain 1, turn, and then do 43, and I'm actually going to meet you back at the black bobbin. Okay, so 39, 40, 41, 42. We are going to go into the black, so pick up the black bobbin into the first black stitch, and that's 43 stitches on row 30. Alright, so row 30 we did 43 pink stitches. We're going to do 1 black stitch into that first black stitch there. And then purple, it's going to be 3 purple, one, 2, 3, okay, and picking up the black. Going to be 3 black, yarn over, 1, 2, 3, then we're going to do 8 yellow, finishing out that black stitch, yarn over, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, picking up the black bobbin into the first black stitch, and that's 8 yellow stitches. So now we're going to do 2 black, so into that black stitch, 1, we're going to pick up our pink bobbin, 2 black, Now we're going to do 70 pink stitches, and then chain 1 and turn, and then on row 31 we're going to do 69 stitches, and I will meet you when you're finished. Alright, so now we're on to row 31, and I finished my 69 pink stitches. Now we're going to do 2 black, so 1 pink stitch remaining, under, in, pull it up, 1 under that loop into the black stitch, that's 2. I'm going to do 1 more just to bring that over. Oh, sorry, I'm not going to because it's only 2 stitches of black. Okay, so 2 black stitches. So now we're going to move on to the yellow. We're going to do 9 yellow, so 1 black stitch remaining, under, in, so that's 1 under, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now we're going to do 2 black stitches, so 1, 2, and then we're going to do 4 pink, so you should have a black stitch remaining, under, in, up, 1, under, in, up, 2, 3, 4. So now we're going to do 1 black stitch, finish the purple stitch, under that loop, in and up, so that's 1, and then we're going to do 43 pink stitches, and that completes row 31. 1, 2, 3, and I'll meet you over at row 32. Okay, so now we're on to row 32, and we're going to do 43 pink stitches, and I'll meet you back at the black bobbin. Okay, so 43 stitches done. Now we're going to do 1 black, so under the loop into the black stitch, that's 1, and now we're going to do 5 purple, so finish off that black stitch, yarn over, under the purple loop, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to pick up that black bobbin and go into the black stitch as 5 purple stitches. So now we're going to do 2 black, so into that black stitch, 1, picking up the yellow bobbin into the first yellow stitch, that's 2 black. Now we're going to do 9 stitches of yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, picking out the black bobbin into that first black stitch, making 9 yellow stitches. So now we're going to do 2 black. So 1, picking out the pink bobbin, and that's 2 black. So now we're going to do 14 pink. Okay, so finish the 2 black stitches. So now we're going to do 14 pink. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. So now we're going to need a black bobbin and another pink bobbin, and then you're also going to need a white bobbin, another pink bobbin to finish off this row. So I'm going to grab a black bobbin. So after the 14 we're going to do 2 black stitches. Okay, so remember hooking on your black, finishing that pink stitch, bringing over the black tail, yarn over, work over the black tail once, and we need 2 black stitches. So that's 1, give that tail a little tug, and then 2. Okay, so now we're going to add a pink bobbin, and we're going to do 26 pink stitches. So we hook on, finish that black stitch, work over the pink tail. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to do 26 pink stitches, and then once you have that I'll meet you at we're going to be doing a white bobbin. Okay, so 26 pink stitches. Now we're going to be adding a white bobbin. Okay, we're just going to do 1 white stitch. So hooking it on, bringing it through, working over it. Don't finish that stitch because we're only doing 1. And now we're going to add a pink bobbin to finish off this row. And we're going to be doing 25 pink stitches. And then you're going to chain 1 and turn. And then I'll meet you at row 33. So I am going to work over that pink tail. 1, 2, 3. And I'll meet you over at row 33. Okay, so now we're on to row 33 and we're going to do 24 pink stitches, and I'll meet you at that white bobbin. You are going to have one pink stitch left when you're going into the white bobbin, so I'll meet you there. Okay, so I did 24 pink stitches for row 33. Like I said, you're going to have one pink stitch remaining. So now we're going to do 3 white. So we're creating another diamond in the pattern. Okay, so pick up the white, yarn over, finish that pink stitch, yarn over, under, and in that first pink stitch there, or the last pink stitch I should say, so that's 1, and into the first white stitch, that's 2, yarn over, we're going to be picking up that white or the pink bobbin into the first pink stitch, and then that's 3 white, so now we're going to do 24 pink. We're going to go over to that black bobbin, so I'll do 24 and meet you over there. Okay, so we did our 24 stitches of pink. Now we should have one pink stitch remaining before the black bobbin, so we're going to do 3 black, finish, under, and that last pink stitch. So 1, go under that loop again, 2, and 3. Now we're going to do 13 pink. I'm going to bring over that pink loop over here. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Should have a pink stitch remaining. So now we're going to do 2 black. So finishing out that pink stitch, yarn over, under the loop, in that last pink stitch. So that's 1, yarn over, under, into the first black stitch, and that's 2 black. So now we're going to do 9 yellow. So you should have a black stitch remaining. Yarn over, under, in, 1, under, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you should have a yellow stitch remaining. Okay, so we're going to do 2 black now. Okay, so under that loop into the last yellow stitch. So 1, and 2. So now we're going to do 5 black. You should have 1 black stitch remaining. One, bring over that loop one more time. 2, 3, 4, 5. Should have a purple stitch remaining. We're going to do 2 black. So finish that purple stitch, yarn over, under, in the last purple stitch. So 1 under the black loop into the last black stitch, and that's 2 black. So now we're going to do 43 pink stitches, and I'll meet you at row 34. Okay, so I did the 23 pink stitches for row 33. Sorry, I lost my spot there. So now we're going to do row 34, and this will be the last row that we do for part 3. So let's finish this up. So we're going to do 44 pink stitches, and I'll meet you at the black bobbin. Okay, so I did 43. Wanted to come back and show you going into the black here. So 43, yarn over, pick up the black bobbin, and this will be 43 pink stitches for the beginning of row 34. Alright, so now we're going to do 1 black. So finishing that pink stitch, yarn over into that last black stitch. Okay, so now we're going to do 6 purple. So finishing the black stitch, yarn over, bring that loop over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, picking up the black loop, and going into the first black stitch there. Oops, why did I yarn over? Sorry, finish that one. Brain fart. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pick up the black bobbin into the first black stitch. And that should be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so now we're going to do 2 black. Finishing that purple stitch, yarn over into the last black stitch, that's 1, yarn over, picking up the yellow bobbin, going into the first yellow stitch, and that's 2. Now we're going to do 9 yellow. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Going into the black, yarn over, picking up the black bobbin into the first black stitch, and that makes 9 yellow stitches. So now we're going to do 3 black stitches. 1, yarn over, picking up the pink bobbin there. 2, working over the pink tail here. 3, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now the pink bobbin, we're going to do 11. So finishing that black stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Don't finish the 11th stitch. We're going to do 1 black, and we're going to be adding in blue. So finish the pink stitch, yarn over, go into that first black stitch, but don't finish. Okay, so now we're going to add in a blue bobbin. Okay, so you're also going to need another black bobbin. So let's add the blue, finishing out that black stitch. Bring in the blue tail forward, yarn over. You've got 2 black stitches remaining. We're going to go into the second one here, or the first one. Okay, so that's 1. We're not going to finish that blue stitch. Now we're going to be adding in a black bobbin. So same thing, hook it on, finish the blue stitch. Okay. Work over that black stitch, so into the last black stitch there, but don't finish. So that's what that should look like. So now we're going to do 23 pink. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to do 23 and I'll meet you over at the white bobbin. Okay, so now we're going to do 5 white, yarn over, finish the pink stitch, yarn over, under in that last pink stitch, bring it up, so 1, yarn over, under that loop again, into the next stitch, 2, 3, 4, picking up the pink bobbin into the first pink stitch, that's 5. So now we're going to finish this row with 23 pink. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I will come back once I'm done my 23 pink stitches. Okay, so I wanted to come back and just show you what our project should be looking like. So we have some purple and some yellow going on. This piece is going to get bigger. and then we created another little section here with the blue, and eventually that is going to go into the pattern, into the hair a little bit more. And then we started creating another little diamond. So now I'm going to show you how I weave in my ends, just in case you guys were kind of wondering how I do that. Okay, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I have many different tapestry needles, I guess you can call them. So there's so many different sizes, like different like eye hook, like the size of the opening there. But majority, and you got different lengths here too. So it all depends on how comfortable you are. I personally like the longer ones there with the big opening, and I prefer them to be metal. And then you got these little ones which have really small openings. Not a big fan of these ones. They seem really like flimsy. And then you got your plastic ones, which again, I am not a big fan of these plastic ones because they sometimes catch on the yarn and they're flimsy, so not a big fan of these ones. I got my tapestry needles just off of Amazon. It came in a kit with a whole bunch of hooks. I'll link down in the description there which kit I'm talking about if you want to go check it out. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how I weave in my ends. Okay, so I'm going to start with this diamond. So you can see this pink one is coming through the white. I'm actually going to go back under into the pink. So now we're not going through the white or anything like that. So I like to go through these little hoops here and see if I can zoom in a little bit. There we go. So I like to go under these little hoops and I go through a couple of them. Okay, and pull through. Not too tightly though, you don't want to go really, really tight. Okay, so now I'm going to go down a row, so into these loops. I'm just going to come back out. So then you got these loops again. I'm just going to go in through a couple of those. And then I'm going to skip this loop here. I'm going to go into the next one and go back the way that I came. Okay. And don't pull too tight, because you pull too tight and what's going to happen is you're going to pull and you're going to create a hole in your project there. So we don't want to pull too tight. So let's bring that loop back up. Okay, so at this point, I get my scissors and I am going to tug on it just a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to clip it. So then when you go to stretch your project out a little bit, that one that you just put in kind of just settles in the stitches and disappears. So I'll show you another one on the white. And then I can also show you a little trick if you have like this little hole here. Maybe my tension wasn't good enough and it kind of just left that little hole. So what you can do is you can use this tail to create like a filling, I guess you can say. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go actually up this loop. And then I'm going to go, and there's 2 loops there. So I'm going to go right through that into here. Okay. And then I'm going to go over here and try and get back up to the spot I was in. Okay. And then I'm going to go back down, but just skipping that loop. Just going to go back down. There, as you can see, we filled it. Looks pretty good. You can't really see what I did. So now I'm just going to go in through these 2 loops here. Okay. And then I'm going to go down through these hoops here. The more you weave your tails in different directions, the less likely it's going to unravel and come out. So that's why I like to leave a generous tail, because then I can weave my ends in basically anywhere in the project. So I just like to weave in and out and in and out. So at this point you could probably cut it. Make sure you tug on it just a little bit, cut it, stretch out your pattern. I'm actually going to go just a little bit more. I'm going to go up. So I'm going to pull it a little bit, clip it, and then when you stretch out your pattern, it disappears. See, look how nice and neat that looks when you do your ends. So while you're waiting for part 4, I do recommend weaving in your ends. If I can find the time, I will weave in mine as well, so you guys aren't looking at all my ends here. Look at all these ends. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, or there's something you guys want me to show you, or just anything, feel free to comment down below. I love reading your guys' comments, and I love responding to them. I mean, we're all here to help each other, right? So let's get into some conversations and get to know each other a little bit more, maybe. Also, if you guys can share this video, we'll get it worldwide and get everybody into doing Graphghans, because they're pretty amazing. I love doing these Graphghans. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet, and click that bell button so you get the notification for part 4. And again, a huge thank you for the people who have started watching part 1 all the way to part 3 right now. You have no idea how grateful I am for you guys. And I will see you in part 4. Thank you guys.